Hello guys, welcome back to the quantity surveying platform, your YouTube channel that you get to learn about the design as well as estimation of bidding projects or other engineering projects. I like to do today's session by explaining everything that I'm about to do, because most of you guys have been complaining that without indicating vocally what I'm doing, you don't tend to get the idea of everything, and here we are doing that. So today's session is not about design. It's of course about design, but the part of where we render the project into the Lumion 12 render, which is a rendering app just like Twinmotion, just like there is another D5 render which is new, but today we are going to be using Lumion. So this is the kind of project that I want to be working on. So as you can see, the design has already been approved and been concluded, and today we're going to be hopping into the rendering scenario of this project. So the project, by explaining a little bit, it's an apartment project which is supposed to be accommodating the owner. This side of the right side, coming to this separation wall, is supposed to be accommodating the owner of this project, and then here comes to be the apartments of the tenants. So by the look of layout plans, this plot is supposed to be subdivided into like two equal parts, and this part on the left side is supposed to be accommodating the tenants, and this right side is supposed to be accommodating the owner of this project, which is economic, of course. So I won't be showing much about the details of the floor plans, but we'll have to be playing with the 3D model which we're going to be rendering externally, and then we'll be coming to see how quick you can render your project and deliver good looking pictures of the project. So this is it. So what I'm going to do is that this project is already designed into Archicad 27, which you can see here, and then we are going to be opening another app called Lumion. So you will be having this kind of app in your computer, which is a little bit heavy, so you will need like a specified computer to carry out this kind of works. But before opening this, sorry, I made a mistake. I should be coming to the window defender, and then I need to just disable the real-time protection so that this app might not be cracking in the middle of doing things, So you wait for the Lumion to open, and then you move on. But before doing that, make sure that you subscribe to the quantity surveying platform or the QS platform, where we'll be learning a lot about design and estimation of local biddings. So I'm your servant, that's like always, and let's hop in. So I'm waiting for the Lumion to open, and then all I will be doing is importing this kind of project into Lumion so that we can start working on it. So what you need to know is that Lumion works specifically for rendering, so you won't be having to design within this application. So within opening this app, you see they show you the examples, the benchmark, the save as, the save, the load, the create, and just it is this one. So by clicking here, I'll be creating a new project. By loading, I'll be loading an already saved project that I want maybe to edit something about, or maybe we've modified a little bit and then we want to be continuing about that project without creating another one. So about the examples, actually the Lumion indicates a certain project that you might take a look on, but let's just create a new project. And then we have different scenarios. You know, I like to work in a plain environment. Some people might like the beach environment, the mountain range, the forest environment, the desert environment. It's just different scenarios that you might want to render your project in, but I like to use this one, the plain environment. So without further ado, let's just click here, and then we wait. And this is it, nothing else, just it's a plain environment, of course, nothing into the nothing yet. So what I will need to do is that I will come back to the Archicad file that I'm working on, you know, and then all I will do is that I will come to the file and then save this as save as. You know, you will just have to open your directory, and then you make sure that you save this as a Lumion Colada file. So this helps you to keep a render version of this project, and if anything happens to change, you won't be struggling to remodify everything. So you will have to choose a Lumion Colada file, a DAE, and then this is just a name, and let's save it just like this. And that is one way. And by coming to this Lumion app, you might just come to this and load project, but this actually takes a long time. So all I will want to do is come to the Archicad file, and then I will be having this live synchronizing app. That way that I was showing you before is just for people who doesn't have this plugin within their computer, so they will have to come to this and save as, and then Lumion Colada file and what, and all they will have to do is they will come back here and they will just import, you know, import new model, and then they will be coming to this. You know, you can import it like this, just open, you know, and if you open, you will just wait, you know, this will be a model name, and then you will just click on OK. You see, you wait on your model to come into the Lumion application. And you will just have to place it anywhere. So if I click maybe here, you see the model is already placed, you see, and just like that you will be starting to, you just have done the importing of the project. So I don't want to do this, let me show you another way. So I'm going to be deleting this one, and then let's just say that we are going to start a new plain environment, and there is another way which comes like this. If you're having this kind of project and you want to import it into Lumion, you've already saved it, so you will just come to click here and start live synchronizing the live sync. And then if you come back into Lumion, you will just wait a little bit, and just like that the project is already imported. So you either have to choose the easiest way for you to do it. So without taking much of your time, let me explain everything that you need to know about this Lumion. So after importing, you will be having these toolbars here. So you have a content library, you have materials, you have landscaping, you have weather, and you'll mostly be playing with these and these and these. So within here you import your model, within here you see the nature where you can place the trees, you know, and then you have people and animals, you have cars and transport items, you know, everything will be coming to look at everything. Here we have objects, we have utilities, we have effects, we have lights, and then groups, whatever. And then these are just to edit what you select. You know, we have select, we have rotate, we have scale, and so on and so forth. And about here, we usually have this panel for photos. When we are done, you know, editing everything about this, we have this kind of thing, you know. And then we have the movie. When you want to render an animation like a video, you have the save button. And then this is a bit where we are, so you can see if I click here, we're already into the rendering pictures. But if I come here to build, this is it. So, and then all I will have to do is select this kind of model. So it is a model because I've already imported it. So I'll be coming here into select and this. So I need to elevate this project. Sorry. I need to elevate these projects so that I can see this kind of terrain as I have it on site. So this is actually a tricky plot which is below this road, and I need to be importing this kind of model so that I can see this kind of terrain. So all I will have to do is come to Lumion, and then I've already selected this model, and then I will come to move vertically. And all I will have to do is just drag until I can see everything that is drawn or designed into Archicad file, you know. And let's say here we are. Okay, and just like that, I'm going to be using this kind of model. So about the movement, by clicking A, you move to the left side. By clicking D, you move to the right side. By clicking W, you move closer. By clicking S on your keyboard, you move backwards. By clicking Q, you move upwards. By clicking E, you move downwards. So that's it. And if you want to move quickly, you just have to click Shift and whatever position you're going in, you know, something like that. But if you click Shift space and the certain point that you want to move in, you know, you move very quick. That's it. So don't mind my movements, just follow up and let me be your guide. So the very first thing that you want to do about this kind of project is that you need to work on your textures. So by importing this kind of project, we still have colors as I want them to be, but not as quite as impressive as I would like it to be. So you will be coming to the materials. So if I select, for example, you see I have this color paint pale jade, and then I have this color paint titanium white. I have this texture of stonework 1. I have this other stonework 02. Sorry, stonework 13, and then I have this stonework 12. The sticker white rough, you know, different colors according to your design. So all I'm going to do is that I'm going to be working on almost everything, every material that is within this kind of project. So let me start by the white, the titanium white, which is obviously the internal body of my project. So I'll be clicking to the paint that I want to edit, and then you see a panel opens here. So you can either use various materials like this and this, the indoor materials like fabric, glass, leather, metal, plaster, and everything else. So if I click on this color, I don't want to change the color. I just want to make it like edit about its glossiness, its reflectivity, its everything that comes within a color combination editing tool. So this is a color that I'm going to be editing. So follow up and see the difference. Let me see if the brightness is okay. And then by clicking about it, you'll be coming to the standard, because I don't want to change the color. And then I need a color white, a fully white color, and I need it to be 100% white. And then I can maximize the relief, the reflectivity. As you can see, it kind of have a reflection that is really weird, you see. But if I minimize this reflectivity, you see the changes. And then if I minimize the glossiness, you see I can have a real white color. So all you have to do is that you're going to be playing with these tools until you can agree upon a certain color that you want. So mine, I like it to be like this, you know, white, which is really white. And then that would be just it. And then you might even like this color so that you can use it for certain projects, that if you render a project, you won't have difference in colors according to the editing skills that are not consistent. So for example, let's say this, I've liked this kind of color, and then I'm going to say save this texture for future projects. So you're going to be coming to the save material to custom materials, sorry, not this, and then save material to disk. Okay, so let's just say we're going to be creating a folder of textures. Let me say Lumion textures. Okay, sorry, let me see if I've saved it right. No, I've put it on the desktop. I want to create a folder that is called Lumion textures. Okay, and then I move this into this folder. This is it, but I'm going to be naming it titanium white, and it's already saved. So I'm going to do this so that the next project will be as easy as possible for us to render them. So about this, I've already edited it and it's done. Let me come to the gray color. So I'm going to be coming to the standards, and then you see right here, you may either choose a color like this, or you may come to this tool where you actually select a certain color. So I'm going to for gray, and then I'm going to choose, you know, we have these kind of gray colors. Let me see how they look. You know, we have this kind of a little bit dark gray, you know, different colors according to your liking. So but for me, let me use this one, or even this one. Okay, let me use this one. All I will do is just I'll click upon this, the colorization. I can either maximize it or minimize it. So there is a lot of reflectivity, but I don't mind it. I just need to minimize its glossiness, you know, coming like this, and maybe make it a little bit grayish, you know, and I can have it like this. For me, yeah, I can have it like this, and I'm okay with this. So if you're not okay with this, you will keep dragging about these tools, the relief, the reflectivity, the glossiness, the colorization. But for me, I like it like this, so I'll just save it. But before doing this, let me save this as well and call it light gray color. Save it like this, and then so I have another color, which is this one, the paint, which is page red. I need actually to have the kind of green that is military based green, so what we call in French vert militaire. Yeah, So I'm going to be using this, and then come to the standard, and then come to this choose color, and then I'll be choosing among the greens, you know. So let me use this first one, and make sure that you check all the angles, how this kind of color is looking, especially where the lighting is coming from. So you see the color is good, but its reflectivity is a bit much high, but it's being caused by this kind of glossiness. Let me do something like this. If I do something like this, it's green, but I'm not yet convinced. I need something a little bit darker. Yeah, like this. I like somehow dark colors. Okay, and then the colorization, I can enhance it. I can enhance the reflection. You see it's becoming much greener, but if I minimize a little bit on the grossness and the relief, you see it's becoming just like this. And if you think you are done with your choice, but for me I'm not yet convinced. Let me check if I can use another green. Okay, nope. This one looks much better. And then the reflectivity, and then the glossiness. Yes, let me just take it like this. Yeah, this looks much better for me. I don't know about you, because you'll be deciding on your own, but let me just take this one. It's okay for me. And then I'm done with this as well. So the other texture that I have about this kind of building, I have I'm still working on the walls. I have this kind of stoneworks. So by putting on this kind of stoneworks texture, that I just need it to be different from the other textures, but within this I have already an idea of what I'm going to be using. So about this, I can either choose outdoor library, and then maybe you have bricks, you have concrete, you have glass, plaster, stones. So you want to be choosing according to your liking. So let me check within the bricks. There is something that I had in mind. This one, you know, like I said, I like somehow dark colors. So if I chose this kind of texture, this kind of brick that is dark, all I need to do is just edit a little bit. You see, if you zoom closer, you'll be knowing exactly what every edit is impacting on your project. So let me add a little bit of reflectivity, the glossiness. Sorry, let me see the glossiness. And then if you touch on this bit of displacement, you see the change that it's making the joints. Check out the joints. You see, I want to make sure that the joints are clear enough, and then the glossiness, and then I can have it like this. And something else, if you're not quite sure about the size, you can change it about the map scale. You know, if you move directly, it will move a little bit too big, so you need to hold a shift and then move a little bit, you know, change the size however you like it. But let me just take it like this, and then me save this as well. I've already forgotten to save this green, but let me save this as stonework bricks. And then let me save this as well. Let me call it green military. You see, and then I have another texture here, which is this. So about this, I need something a little bit brighter, so that I won't be having something darker, so dark. So I can either choose this one to be an outdoor material, and I don't remember clearly where is what I'm looking for, but I can assure you that I'm going to find it in stones or in indoor within tiles. Okay, I was kind of looking about, yeah, this is what I was looking for. I don't think that it's quite resembling, but I'm going to be, let me just edit this one. I can use this one depending on what you would like, but let me use this one. And then I like the size already. I'm going to be working on the relief, the reflectivity, and the glossiness, and then yeah, I can have it like this. It's alright for me. Yeah, it looks great for me. And then for better color combination, let me change this to, sorry, coming to here, let me change this to this one. Nope, I don't want to make everything dark, so I'm going to be coming to the indoor, the tiles, and then already got something in mind. This one, okay. You see the kind of stonework which will be cladded. But I'm not being convinced enough. Let me try a darker version of these stones. Can come into the outdoor and try this one. Yeah, trying this one, and then I'll be maximizing the relief as well as the scale. I need a bigger version of these stones. And then if you check on the displacement, you know, all you need to do is move a little bit closer and see the difference, you know. And then I will just work on a little bit of the reflectivity. You see, if you maximize it, it won't be looking any better, but if you do it a little bit in average, you see it will actually present something a little bit presentable. So I'll be keeping it like this. Yes, and save it like this. So I'm going to be saving this as well. Save as stonework one. Okay, so I'm just saving this just in case I need to reuse this within future projects, as well as this. Let me save it. stonework 2, stonework number 2, and then I have another texture here which is the granite gray. So there's no doubt in this, I want this to be a granite, so I'll just click on it, come to the indoor, and here I have the stones, the indoor stones, which are granites. So I need this kind of stone. You know, you can either choose this, whatever you might like. There are a lot of choices among here, so I don't know which one you prefer, but for me, let me use this one. I'll just come to work on the relief, a little bit of reflection, the glossiness. Since it's a stone, it has its own glossiness. And then the displacement, you see, I don't like to use it much, but yeah, I'll have it like this. This is okay for me. And then there is another texture that I need to work on here about this wooden. This will be coming to the outdoor or the indoor. Let me come to the outdoor and just click on the wood, and then you can choose either wood you want to use, but I like this one very much. You see, there are actually a lot of options. There are these, you know, there are a lot of options that you can choose from. As you can see, we have different options. Let me use this one actually. So if I click on this, double click, and I maximize the relief, you can't actually spot the difference that much, but you can see a little change within here. Yeah, and then I want this kind of wood to be vertically placed, not horizontally, so I will be coming to this orientation. And about this pitch, you see it's already vertical, and then I'll add a little bit of reflection and minimize a little bit about the glossiness, and for me this is enough. And then I'll click OK. Let me save this as well. Wood texture, and then I have this kind of dark gray door, so I'm going to be coming here, and I can either make this a wooden door. Let me see how this might be looking. I don't like the idea. Not even this one. Sorry. Yes, and I'm not being convinced with this, so I can choose something else. But let me just put on a dark gray color. Sorry. Just coming into the standard, and then choosing within the colors the gray, and let me choose this kind of dark one. Colorization, I want to maximize it, minimize the glossiness, and then a little bit of reflection, maximizing the relief, you know. Oh, I can have this one, and then okay, and then this is supposed to be a metal, but let me first of all work on the doors. This is supposed to be a black one, the frames of the openings, so I want to be going to the indoors and choose a metal. I don't like aluminiums unless of course you like them. So for me, aluminiums, I usually go for these kind of the railings, but for now I choose the metal chrome texture and then double click it. The color, I like it to be black, fully black. I want it to be reflecting enough, but having it to be smooth. I will just maximize or minimize this scale, and then just like that, and I'm done. If you don't like it to be shiny, you can of course minimize the reflection, or you can minimize the glossiness of a metal and keeping it like that. This is too supposed to be a metal, so I want to be coming to the, can either go to the outdoor, but I like the indoor metals, so coming to be maybe an iron, double click it. The color, I want it to be a little bit black, but not too black, and then I don't want it to be reflecting much, and most importantly, no, yes, and this will be enough for me, same as this one. And we are through with some of our textures, but not completely through, so we still need to be working on these tiles. You know, we have the indoor tiles, so you will choose according to your taste. There are just a lot of choices. You can see there is a lot of choices, but I like to use this one, or either this one or this one, so you choose for yourself. But let me use this one, double click it, and then you have to maximize the relief. So this one, the joints, you need to make them a little bit clear, and then if you touch on the displacement, you see it becomes something like round, so I don't like this one. I want to keep it clear like this, and then about the scale, I want to minimize it a little bit. I just have it like this. So these are the tiles, and then that's it. So you can keep saving the textures for further use, but for me it will just be taking a lot of time. So something else that you want to do is coming to this to quite rough. Here I like to use our master ready wall, so be coming to the indoors, into the plaster. I think this is our master ready where it's put, so double click it. I want this to be a little bit of white, you know, this kind of white, and then touch a little bit on its reflectivity, its glossiness, you know. Yeah, this is okay for me. Another texture that we have here is the stones. These are just foundation stones. I want to be coming to the outdoor, into stones. I like to use this kind of stone. It's actually the locally available stones in the area. You can either you choose yours, you know, but I like this one. and its displacement, I like to make it a little bit bigger. And it's done. So about this one, I like to make this a concrete structure. So I'll be coming to the outdoors, to the concrete. I like to use, there are actually different concrete materials that you can use, but my favorite one is this. Double click it, you know, just making sure that I'm getting this right, and then done. These you can either make them concrete or blocks of any materials that you like, but for me I'm going to be choosing among concrete panels. Let me check. You can use this concrete which is having some dividends within them. You can choose on your own. This is also a kind of concrete that is cool to be used. Let me actually use this one, because you see, if you maximize the reflectivity, might be looking a little bit too shiny, but this is okay for me, and saved. So this, I was thinking to use some stones, you know, like this one, to the various, to the rocks. Let me check. I usually use this one. Yeah, these, you know, all these, yeah, these ones. Let me maximize the relief and the scale. They need to be smaller since they are between these blocks. Yeah, something like this. Remember to hold shift when you don't want to move directly like this, you know, you see the difference. So if I'm moving a little bit within range, I need to hold the shift key and then move clearly. And I want them to have certain reflectivity or no reflection at all, but a little bit wouldn't hurt, you know. And done. And then we also have these stairs, which will be a marble stone, depending on the choices. I don't know about you, so you'll have to be choosing on your own which materials you're going to be using. But as I said earlier, I like a little bit of dark colors, but they're being too much, so it will actually be upon you to choose what materials you need to use. And while you're choosing the materials, make sure that you choose materials that is locally available in your area. There are different options and you will have to choose on your own. Let me just use this one. And it's done. And then it's like we've already touched every aspect of the project except for the railings of this. You know, we have the rails should not be having this light gray color. So I'll be coming back to the Archicad file. So once we're into the live synchronization, which should actually be started, so there won't be any issue changing these colors. So I change it and then they automatically be imported. So I need to choose the railings, Control A, I need the railings, and then Control T to open the settings of the railings, and then I need to make sure that the posts are overridden with the stainless steel, as well as the inner posts. They should already be overridden, as well as metal stainless steel. And okay, this is enough. And if I come back here, you know, these were initially they were light gray, but as you can see they're already into the metal stainless steel, which I'm going to be editing to make it, I'm going to make it aluminium, and I'm gonna color it with a little bit of light gray. And then all I need to do is make sure that it's aligned well. And it's done. So this is supposed to be a wall hang lamp. So I'm going to be making this body a metallic object, maybe bronze. This looks cool. Unless that I have to make sure that, okay, let me give it a little bit of color like this. And I need to be copying this material and pasting it to this outside facade of the lamp, and then I'm going to be pasting this and done. So by doing this, we're almost through with the textures, but we still have the grasses, which I will come back to it later. And we still have, what else do we have? You know, remember about that we are moving with the keys, which is A for the left, D for the right, S for backwards, W for forward, E for downward, and Q for upwards. So we're going to be making sure that this is a soily texture. So there are different types of soils within here, but I don't get completely satisfied with this kind of soil, so I'd rather make it look a little bit like sand, something like this or this. Yeah, let me just make it like this. And then it's done. So next thing you need to work on, the glasses. I like the clear glasses, so I will be coming to this, and then I will be coming to the indoor glasses, and then choose just this one, clear. So double click it. I want to make it a little bit of reflective. You know, if you maximize it, it's gonna be too much, but this should just do it. And then accept this. So while I'm doing this, make sure that you remember to save, as this doesn't have save as, it doesn't have autosave, so I'm going to be saving it as a render file. And done. Okay, I'll come back to the build. So I'll just keep working. Yes, we're almost having the shape. So something else that you need to do that is very, very important during this rendering scenario, you need to start working on your garden. So as you can see, I've already prepared some places to be holding the flowers and what. So let me just get to it. Coming back to this, I'll be coming to the nature, and there are several choices of the trees and the flowers that you need to be using. You will just have to choose on your own which one you like. So, and please make sure that you choose what should actually be available within your area. So you just start by this. So I don't need something that is too tall, as it's going to be beneath this slab. So the design is just made this way. So I need something that can be beneath this slab without having to go through the slab. So if I choose this, and then I choose a single placement, if I click here, I just make it like this. But I want to be so quick about this, so I come back to the place, mask placement of a line, and then I just draw a line where I need my grasses to be attached. You know, yes. And let me say just that I need a lot of grasses. Let me see if I can find something else that's not too tall. Let me just add this and then place on the ground. So I think this is okay. Yeah, this is actually good for me. And then okay, so I need to do this again. And just like that. So I'll also need to be putting something else here which is a little bit tall. So I can either choose this one, yep, this one, and then I need to add in something different. Let me add this one here. And assuming that I'm okay with this, I can hit OK, but I'm not, so I need to be adding something a little bit. Yeah, let me put on these. There is something else that I have in mind. No. Now this looks more of it, and let me find something else, something like this. And let's just say that we are okay with this. Yeah, this looks fantastic. Let's just keep it this way, okay? And then I also have something in mind, which should be about this part. I need this and mask placement, and just do it like this. I need more of these. And I need to change a little bit. Sorry. Yes, this looks more of it. Yes, and keep it this way, and then still have a few sleeves under my There are actually a lot of choices that you have to make here, so don't get lost trying to put everything at once. Okay, let me find a space for this. I want this kind of tree to be within here, but on a smaller scale, you know, a scale that wouldn't actually hurt anything at all. And then you can keep putting on whatever you like, but for me, let me check something else. There's actually something else I'm looking for. Yeah, this one. No. Yes. Yeah, let me just have it like this, and then upon here I have something else in mind. You'll be having a lot to choose from, so make sure that you have time to do so. I don't need this. Everything else I can have it like this exactly. So this is it. They'll be coming here, doing the same. This will be okay. Do the same for here. And done. Then I still have these flower pots here, so all I want to do is do the same for here up to this point. And then make sure that the number is as big as it can be. I like green area, so this will be enough. Let me spice things a little bit. No, I really like this one, but it's too big, so let me just leave it. So I'll be doing the same within here up to this point. Yeah, you know, this would really make a good look. So let me just have it like this, and then have just this, as well as this. Okay, this will actually be enough for me. I don't know about you, but I don't need to be making a lot. So as well as here, I'll just make something that is greenish. Make sure that it's as much as I can have, and then I'll need to add on the offset of this just to fit in the area. Yeah, you can have it like this. So just to make sure that we will not be having an empty surrounding, I'm going to be surrounding this space with this kind of trees. These palm trees, they make a great impact on the surrounding, even though it's not available on the site. So just make sure that we don't have an empty space. So we can do the same within here and say maybe, oh, this is too much. Yeah. let's just say okay, and then maybe have different options. Just as simple as you can make it. All I want to do is make sure that we don't have an empty space all along. And use this one. And then here to within this garden, I want to make sure that we have something that looks fabulous, as well as here, and just like that. You can see that this project is coming to life, you see, so starting to be looking presentable. So make sure that you keep your touch unique and place as many surrounding trees as you can. So for me, this will just do it. So something else that you need to do is placing some objects where you need to make sure that it doesn't stay empty. So for example, by placing on some cars, I like to be using these SUVs, and we'll just choose according to your preference. So for me, let me choose that just this one, make it just end here, the other one here, the last one maybe here. So I can choose this one to be rotated, you know, sorry, to be rotated like this, yeah. And then all of them, I want them to be having lights and metallic paints. So this one I want to make it a little bit of gray, sorry, yes. This one I want it to be white, which is cool. This one I want it to be black, just like that. And to the owner's front yard, I want to be giving him a parking of this big car. Let me just rotate it, and its color, let me make this one red one, and this this kind of color, okay. And then I also want him to be having another car like this one, For example, let me make it a little bit of gray too. And then all these cars, I want them to be having the plates, whatever you choose. Let me choose this one maybe. And then we're just about to be done. As you can see, we've already started to be having a clear view of our project. So these roads too must be having like some cars passing by. Let me just choose this one, or I can even leave this one. It's not as important as I want it to be. Just take a look at these and compare to where we started from. You see, let me just work on this picture alone, and let's just have a rough render about it. So what's remaining is that we still have the lights, we still have also the grasses. So what I'm going to do is let's come here into the textures, to the materials, click the grass. I want this to be grass, real grass, so I'm going to be coming to the various 3D grasses, and these to be, let me choose this word grass, and by double clicking it I can edit this one with its color, grass size. No, this is okay for me. So you will be making sure that you've already customized everything into the Archicad file, so that you won't be having to go back to separate the colors. So these grasses, the indoor grasses, let me choose the various, the 3D grass as well. Let me choose something like maybe this one. You know, let me come here where I can see it clearly. Around this kind of grass that's like a football pitch, so let me just choose this one. What I want to do is minimizing its length so that it doesn't come on top of this concrete. And then make sure that it's green by color, and this will just be enough for me. So something else that I want to do, I want these lights to be on as my design. I've already included the lamps and these profile lightings, so I want these. I want these to be lighting, so I will be coming to the standard, and then all I will just need to do is that I like to be having the lighting which are a little bit of orange color or dark yellow. Let me just choose the orange. This is too much, so let me choose the yellow one. Maybe something like this. Oh, sorry, there must have been a mistake, so I need to edit just these lamps, these profile lightings. I need to be coming to the standard, so the color I want it to be among the yellow, so I don't want to be having a white lamp, you know. And then what I want to do is come to the settings and then just turn on these lightings by touching on this emissive setting. So if it's in 0, it's not going to make an impact, but if you just make it like that, very, very alive. You can see if I just make it like this, you see what happens. So all I want to do is make sure that it doesn't be too much. And then let me copy this and paste it within these spotlights to the luminous material, and just paste it, and just like that it's done. Something else that I need to do, wherever possible, you may be forced to put on some additional lighting. So you come like these lights, and then you can choose whatever light that you like to use. You know, there are a lot of options, but I like to use this one. So I need a light here, a light here. These are additional settings and additional materials to be familiar with. So you don't have to be doing this, but if you want it to make a difference, you can just put the light on every lamp that you got. But I will be doing this just for the outside lamps, and these ones here, you see, there are a lot. So I need a light here, and here. You can see that it's already lighting, and then you may even need another one here, as well as on top of these three. I can put it here and rotate it to be lighting topwards, and then I'll also put another one here. And then rotate it as well. Putting another one here, making sure that you rotate this one too. Let me do the same for this as well. So going to be taking you a little of time, so make sure that you do it right. this one, this one, and this one. So we also have the top ones, rotate it. Do the same for this. There's actually a setting or where you can copy this from this one to this, but I don't like it because it's not that accurate. So you might have a lamp that is not exactly where it should be. The last one, yeah, rotate it. I can select all of these lamps. I can group them like block selection and material, you know, let me see my lights. You can actually group them, but I don't want to. And then I want to move a copy of this, so you will hold Alt, and then you just come here, make sure that you move horizontally, and then hold Alt, and then move your lamps. You see, so you get to have the copies of every lamp there, which is cool. And then I have other lamps here that I need to do the same. So just put a lamp here as well as above this. Done. Do the same on this one. Place and place on above, and then rotate this one, and just like that, you're done. So I feel like I need to be putting another lamp within here, so I just come into Archicad. So I'm already into live synchronization, so this lamp is grouped. So I want to be multiplying this by 1 by 350, which is the elevation of one floor. So you see it comes automatically within here. So I need to know, all I need to do is put another lamp right here. And come back to this top and do the same, and then rotate it to be upwards, just like that. You have your project lighting, and all I'm going to do is that I'm going to be editing these lamps. So I don't want to be putting on these lamps within all these spotlights, because it would actually take me a lot of time. Let me try. You know, you have a lamp here, another one here, have another one here, as well as to this spotlight. Let me just do this and this and this one. So I need to just put a lamp here, as well as on this spot. It's just the lighting. So and then I can choose this select, show that I'm in the lights, and then if you hit Control and you select everything, every light comes in, and then you need to edit them at once so that you don't spend a lot of time editing one by one. So what can we edit about this lamp? So you can change the brightness, color. Let's just use this one. You see the change. You can also minimize this cone angle. I hope that you are seeing the changes that I'm making. And then you can also minimize the brightness so that it doesn't become too much. And this will be okay. So that's it. Something else we can do is that you can simply put a light below this slab. So let's come to here and then choose area lights. So I can choose this line lights. You know, you have different light options. Then you have omni lights, and then you have area lights. So I need to be choosing this. And then let me just say that I'm going to be placing it as a line. And if I select this, you see where it is, and I can move it, but horizontally, and its width needs to be larger to fit in the whole place. So its brightness, I need to be using this one as well, and I need to minimize a little bit of its brightness, as well as increasing its length to make sure that the light spreads within these flowers. Something similar goes for the same here, but I don't think that I need this one, but let me just do it. Oh no, I have the spotlights here, so it doesn't matter. So assuming that we've already made every possible edit that we need for this kind of project, so there are still several ways of doing this, and there are still several options of edits that you may keep doing on this project, but let me just go with this. I need to save this before doing anything else. So, and I need to start capturing the pictures. So I've already done almost everything that I need to do to have this kind of project. So all I'm going to do is come here to the photos, and then I want to make sure that I align this vertically and horizontally to have so I'm going to be just installing the camera, and then after doing this there are still some changes that you might do. Let me give you a hint about this. So you might need to come here, or before coming here you can even change the style of the photo. You can choose the realistic ones. You see what that change looks like, and this is really cute. But again, you can fix this kind of weather by, let me do a different two scenarios. Let me keep this one and then install another one right here, and then this is realistic. Let me choose maybe a daytime photo. You see the change, so they are different. But then, assuming that we are going to be needing a well-placed camera, so we actually have the sun coming from the back of the building. So if we need to change that, we come to the sky, to the real skies. You can choose the cloud that you want to use. If it's a cloudy space that you need, this is it. So the heading of the sun, you can change it, as you can see, just like that, very simple. And then you can even add the brightness, or don't matter at all. So something else you can do that you won't forget also, because I didn't do anything with the indoors, so I need to be make sure that the glasses are reflecting so that we don't have to see within the indoors. So we'll just have to add the planes of reflection to each glass, and then the railings. Okay, so you just have 10 shots about each picture you take of the reflection. So you make sure that you put the reflection where it matters the most, and I think all glasses are covered for and accounted for, so this will be enough for me. And then let me edit this one as well. So all I need to do is just read the reflection, because kinda like it this way. Okay, all the glasses, need to cover them with the reflection, and then okay, this is it. So for every project, depends on the size of the project, so you will need to make sure that you don't limit the views. So you have to make sure that you go into every angle of the project, that the pictures will be speaking enough for some people who doesn't understand the technical construction drawings. So have 2 pictures, and then let me take another picture like this. You see, I'm holding the Q to move upward, just like I've already mentioned. And then take this picture. And then if I want to be using these edits, I would just come to here and then copy the effect list, and then I will be coming back to this and just do this, paste effect list, So you see we kind of have the same picture as the first one about the edits, so you don't need to go through all edits again and again and again. So let me take another picture. I'll be exchanging these edits accordingly. So let me take this one as well. Okay. But clicking here, it's the horizontal eye level as well as making sure that it is aligned with the vertical eye level. So I take this, let me use this kind of effect. Okay, this is good. Let me check the reflection planes. So I need this to be having a reflection as well, and this one plus this one as well as this one. So I need this one too, so let me check one that I know that I don't need at all and delete it to replace it with what's facing me right in the eye. So this one, I don't know which one is this. Okay, just delete this. Okay, let me just add this one here and be done. So let me keep using this effect, it looks great on me. Copy effect list. So I need another picture of this project, like let me just take this one. Or let me just come closer. A little bit closer like this. Okay. Make sure that you set your cameras to the right angles depending on what you want to see. Okay, let me have this one. Use the same effect. Keep going. And then let me have another like this one, pasting this, but these one are not reflecting well, so I'm going to delete all the effects as they are in the front side and put on the ones that really matters for this facade. Sorry. Yep. And this also need this one as well as these. And this one. Lastly, let me just put on this. So this is it. Let me copy this to have these reflections, and come back to this side, and then okay, let me have it like this, and then paste in the effect list. Let me check the reflection as well. I don't think I need this kind of reflection here. And this, I need this one. This one I don't need. This number 7 I don't need them. This number 6 I don't need them. This I need, this I need this one, as well as this one, and this one. Okay, let me just put this one to this opening. Okay, and great, done. So this is cool and marvelous. I need to copy this one. So I need another picture of this perspective. Let me check. Okay, this is it. Pasting the same effect, but I need this side to have reflection as well. So I need this one too, this one too, as well as this. I don't need this very much. Same as this, I don't need it very much. I need this one and that one. So let me just do this and this, as well as this. And lastly, let me have this one back, and just like that, it's coming to life. Copy effect list. Need another picture of this one. Coming to this facade. Making sure that I'm horizontally aligned with this entire project. And then have this and paste the effect list, and then the reflection. I need to make sure that all mattering angles that are included. This one I don't need it. I don't need this one either. Same as the next one. Same as this plane. Same as this one. Same as this one. I don't need it. Okay, these ones I need them except for this one too. So I need this. I need this railing. That's it. And then I need another picture. Which is this one. And then Once you align the camera clearly, just take a picture and then paste the effect list. So I need to make sure that I'm including all the, oh sorry, let me just copy this, copy, and then paste it. Let me check everything is accounted for. Let me add on this one, adding this one as well as this one. Okay, maybe this one too, and this one. Done. And then let me copy this one, second page of a photo set, because one photo set only holds 10 pictures. So just trying to make sure that we get all the angles of the building and all the sides, so that if the client doesn't get enough idea of the entire project, you're going to be doing extra works. So let me do this single, and just paste the last effect list, and then make sure that everything that matters is in this side. Let me just do this one too, this on this rail, as well as this one, and finally this one, and done. So if you feel like you can change the rendering type, style, just try something new and look if it's really worth it. But let me just keep a daytime. If you don't get satisfied, you can always change the direction of the sun. Let me check. Okay, let me keep it like this. Another picture coming on its way. So I need this kind of picture, but this tree is a little bit blocking me, so let me just scale it a little bit. So I've been needing to choose the tree and then choose something I need to scale. Yeah, this one, holding shift, scaling it downwards. Okay, let me keep it this way, and coming back to the photo section. Okay, now this does look convincing. Okay, let's have it like this. and then pasting in the effect list. Or you can try that other one, this one. Let me try it. Copy effect list, then come yes, and then coming to paste it. Sorry. Have this, and if we paste that effect realistic, you see it comes like this. I don't know which one you will like. You will be deciding what to keep, but for me, let me just keep this one of daytime. No, sorry. Once the project is becoming heavy, starts going a little bit slower, then you paste the list of the effects, and then I want to check back to the reflection planes, make sure that I have the ones that matters the most. So I need the front ones, I need these, so that these, plus these ones, plus the railings. Sorry. Make sure that you select all the planes that you want them to reflect. I usually do this because the indoors are somehow empty, so I don't want to be looking the insides of the an empty place. So this is it, and then I want to copy again this one. So I need to be working just 15 pictures. Those are kinda enough. So this is the 13th. So I'm going to be just taking this one side of the building, like a half of it, making sure that the gate is well included. So I don't know how you're going to be placing your cameras and which angles you're going to be focusing on. So it's up to you. It doesn't matter which ones you choose as long as the project is entirely represented. Maybe let me just take this angle as well. I'm trying to place my camera where I need it to be. So you can take as much as pictures as you want. It depends on how you want the project to be well understood. So let me have this one as well. Okay. And then I think we've already taken this one. Let me just take the last one. I like it to be a top view of everything, you know, coming like this. Make sure that I take an orthographic view, enable this, and then make sure that the wall plot is well captured in one frame. So take it, make sure that it's a daytime picture, and just like that I'm done with everything. So I need to save this one before doing anything else. So well, it's saved. If you come back to the photos, you see from the first page we have this one, the second one, same but different settings. We also have this one. Let me have this one with other settings as well. Okay, need these settings to apply on another picture that I'm going to be taking, which is this one. Let me put it right here with the settings like this. Yeah, so I was saying that we have this one as well, this one. So I think we've tried to maximize the all angles of the project, and if you don't mind, this would be going to the end of this course of today. So I'm just checking to see if I haven't taken one picture twice, but adapt that. So this is it. Let's just render it like this and be done with it. So we are going to be coming here to render photos, and just this is one picture property which is having these dimensions, and this is another one. This is another one which I like to use. This is another one, so I like to use this one. So I need to be rendering all of these photo sets, the first page of 10 photos, so I need to print them. So let me create a folder and name it render it pictures, and let me call it this project is for definitely a client, but let me call it A, and save. And then what you're going to do is waiting for the render to be done. So you can see that it's already started to render these pictures, so just going to be waiting. We are on the first picture. On the first picture I have 64 frames, so this is the 6th frame, so we're going to be waiting for all of these 10 pictures to be rendered. So all you need to do is just waiting. Okay guys, we happen to be getting to the end of this tutorial today. So far we've seen every bit of step that you might be taking to ensure that your project is well rendered, and I think that with this kind of knowledge you might be able to demonstrate your project towards this step. And after this, all I'm going to do is just I'm going to be saving this. Save. And something else that you can do I didn't mention before, let me say it right now. You can even come to the photos, and then maybe you did like this setting that you've already put into this picture, you can just save this. Sorry, you can save this render setting by clicking here and then come to save effect list. But now we're going to be saving this to the we're going to be saving this to the disk, so that in the next tutorials you won't be suffering to be editing all of that. So we can say render effect 1, and then the other effect that we've been using is this second one, which is the daytime version of the earliest one. So you can just come here to the menu and save this effect list. Let's call it render effect number 2. So without further ado, that means that if next time you see me rendering a picture like this, let me show you an example of what I'm saying. Maybe let me say that I'm going to be adding another picture of this right here, and say maybe I'm going to be rendering a picture like this, you know. So I'm assuming that I have another project that I'm working on, and I need to work similar pictures, because the kind of clients that you serve have to be knowing your touch. So you'll just be coming here, and then you'll be coming to load effect list, and then I have this one. You can use this one. You see it's the same effect as the one we've been using. Or you can even come and load all the effect list, load the effect list that you've already been saving. So it saves you a lot of time and makes sure that your project keeps getting the same look, so you don't have to be having this kind of cloud today, and the next project you'll be having another different type of cloud. So it makes sure that you stay into your lane. So this is it. So all I'm going to do is that I'm going to be saving this project as well as into the CAD version of this. So we're done by the rendering, and what I can do is that I'll be coming here, save as this Lumion color file, and then save. I'm overwriting it. And just like that, you can stop the synchronization, stop live sync, and you can close this one. So what we're going to do is that we're going to be coming into our directory where we've already saved our pictures. It's in this folder, the rendered pictures, and as you can see you can take a good look that this one is a massive one. I've already loved this. So I don't know your favorite, because we've had like different pictures. And something else that I'm going to be doing about this is that I like to edit these pictures a little bit further by using, let me show you Let me just open the Lightroom app. So this is another app that you might need to make sure that your pictures are well edited and well presented. So all I'm going to do is just add a watermark to these pictures and edit some of, like, you know, the basics. So let me see. Lumion is still closing. Okay, here is the Lightroom that I'm going to be using. So these are the previously edited pictures, but if you open it like this, you should just come here to import photos and videos, and then all I'm going to do is that I'm going to be selecting the directory under which my photos are saved in. So I'm going to be coming to the directory where you've already saved your project. So mine is within this folder, rendered pictures, and then all of them are already selected. So I want to be editing them all. So you can either uncheck these, but I want to be editing all of them. So I need to import these. And after importing this, you just be coming to one picture at a time. So as you can see, I'm editing all of them, 17 pictures that I've already rendered. So all I'm going to do, all that I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming here to this develop tool, and then you'll be having a toolbar like this one. So all I'm going to do is just I'm going to be playing with these options. You know, the exposure, you can either minimize it or whatever you want, but for now let me keep it this way. The contrast, you see, as well as you keep changing, everything keeps going the way you want or the way you intend it to be. So the main issue that I will look at here is the exposure, the contrast, texture, clarity, and the haze, vibrance, and saturation. So texture, I want textures to be clear enough to know that this is a paint and this is a stone, you know. And then the clarity, you can either do this, I don't know which one you would prefer, but the clarity, I make sure that I don't do much. And then the dehaze, I want to make it a little bit this. And the vibrance, you know, vibrance is like coloring, so it's either this or this. So I need to make sure that it's not too much, but then again, I don't want it to be losing its vibrance. So the saturation, need to make sure that all colors are being respected. So this one is a tricky one because this kind of sunset that we are having behind, so I'm not going to be doing much about this. So let's just move to this one, and then let's say you can even choose the auto edit, but I don't like to use the auto one, so I don't like it. So the exposure, let me add it a little bit. The contrast, this is enough. Highlights, you see, if I do this or this, depends on which one you prefer, but let me do it like this. The shadows, you see the difference, so you need to make sure that you play along. The texture, I like to make it to the maximum. The clarity a little bit higher. The haze a little bit below. The vibrance a little bit in between, and the saturation, I like to make my colors align perfectly. So you know, you keep doing this, and then if I'm satisfied with this kind of settings, I can just come here to develop settings, and then I copy the settings. You know, this is different. Let me just take these pictures from 4, holding shift up to 17, and then I come to the right click, develop settings, and then paste settings, same, you know. And then you can come back to one by one, making sure that everything is aligned as you need it to be. This one is not yet edited, but for the number 6, the exposure is too high. Let me just, okay, this is good. Same as this one, the exposure is too big. Okay, this is cool. Number 9, this is okay for me. Number 10, this is the back side, I don't mind it at all. Number 11, exposure is a little bit high. Number 12, this is really good, but I think the contrast is not really that well placed, as well as the clarity, maybe the textures, as well as the vibrance. Yeah, this is cool. And you keep just going through every picture to make sure that everything is set to your preferences. And if later you decide upon the approval of everything, so all you need to do, I haven't yet developed this one. Exposure is a little bit low. The contrast, highlights, texture, and the clarity, the haze, the vibrance, as well as the saturation. And this is okay for me, so I don't need to be doing much about this. So all I'm going to do is that I'm going to be selecting all this, and then I'm going to export them. Export. So I'll be exporting to the same folder. Let me call this edited renders, and then select folder. Something else that I need to do is make sure that this watermark, I like to put on watermark for my project, so I just make sure that I put on the watermark. If you don't need it, you can just uncheck this. So this is it. Then I'll just export them. So all we gotta do is wait. No, and doesn't take much of time, just like a second. And exporting 17 files, because we've already imported 17 pictures and we've already edited them all. So exporting, and we're about to be done. And boom, just like that, and the project is done. So let me see how we are doing. See, so this is the kind of work that we've been doing, that we've been working on. So these are our final works. This is just a watermark that I like to put in just in case someone tries to get ahead of me. So this is it. This is our project. And comparing the Archicad file with this, we can say that we've really done a great job about this. And the lighting didn't come as much as we would have liked, but this will do it. So this is it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I know a lot of people have been asking us about how can we start working on tutorials that explains everything detail by detail, step by step, explaining every step of the way what we are doing. So this is it, and we'll be doing much more about the design as well as the 3D models, everything that we need to be knowing about the design as well as the estimation as well. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys did have some clue about this, and hope you guys can enjoy the tutorial, and I hope you guys can keep subscribing, sharing, commenting, suggesting what to do next. So have a good day and be productive. Thank you.